Hey guys, welcome to another episode of News in a Flash.
Brought to you by Comicgeddon.
Yes.
Which is brought to you by Geeking Out Comics at 2924 North Martin Luther King Jr. Drive in Decatur, Illinois, and
Cornthwaite Lawn Care in Decatur, Illinois.
no address.
No.
You don't get to know how he works. Why? Because he works at your house.
All right, so what's new in the news this week, John?
Well, let's see.
I know.
We got some last minute news here.
Yeah.
First off, I haven't seen the new Ninja Turtle movie yet. I'm going to see it Sunday.
I'll be seeing it Monday.
But apparently the original April O'Neil, Judith Hoag, her scene was cut, her cameo, her little scene was cut from the movie, which makes it the second time in a Ninja Turtle movie her scenes have been cut, which is one of the reasons why she got really upset about the first Ninja Turtle movie she was in. That's why she didn't come back to play April in the second and third movie. So I think I'm going to take a guess here and say she's done with the Ninja Turtle franchise. Yeah. Also, we didn't have it down here. I don't know why. But Rogue One, Star Wars story, has started reshoots because apparently the bigwigs weren't happy. In fact, they're kind of scared about this movie. Yeah. They saw the final, which scares me because they were really high on The Force Awakens. And it ended up being, I think, my favorite movie of the year. But the fact that they've caught it, they're reshooting. Hopefully, this doesn't mean that they're going to postpone the release, but because it's
we'll see.
Yeah. So.
Other news: Muhammad Ali passed away yesterday at the age of 74. He was taken to a local hospital for respiratory issues and passed away. Later
on that day, yeah. So rest
he
in
was
peace, Ali.
He was placed on life support to regulate his breathing, and that didn't really help. So.
And why do we bring this up? First off, it's Comicgeddon, where all geek culture collide, including sports. But he was also on a very famous Superman cover where it was Superman versus Muhammad Ali. Plus, he was he appeared at WrestleMania as one of the referees.
So the rights to Namor the Submariner have reverted back to Marvel,
which is awesome.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna miss him hitting on the Invisible Woman.
Yeah.
Because somebody needs to.
Yeah, unless.
I'll be back. I'm gonna go hit on her now.
Unless of course
I couldn't find her.
Unless of course they do a Spider-Man type deal where they kind of.
Well, they have Chris Evans as Captain America, who played the Human Torch. Maybe we can have a little, reference or something. That'd be kind of cool. I like the little side references. Yeah. I think we mentioned, I don't know if we mentioned this last week, but the whole Sherlock Watson thing that we got going in the Marvel Universe right now, where we have Tony Stark who plays Sherlock, we got Benedict Cumberbatch who plays Sherlock, and of course now we have Martin Freeman who plays Cumberbatch's Watson. It's an opportunity Marvel has to hit upon.
Yeah. Also, in the news, Sir Anthony Hopkins, a real knight, is going to join the cast of Transformers 5, The Last Knight.
Now, I just went back and rewatched Age of Extinction, because the last time I saw it before this was at the theater, and I hated it. I just downright loathed it. I don't know if I hated it so badly, why did I buy it on Blu-ray? I'm a completist. I have to have the whole series.
Yeah.
I went ahead and rewatched it, and...
now that you mention it, that's the only reason I bought the latest Die Hard movie.
I actually liked the latest one. Anyway, it was alright. It was definitely the worst of the franchise, but hearing about Sir Anthony Hopkins being part of the new one actually got me a little excited.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think it did exactly what it was supposed to do. Not that kind of excited.
You sure about that?
I dubbed thee Sir
Anthony.
While you're down there. So awesome. I wonder who he's going to voice. Yeah. Perhaps. Oh, I didn't even think about this. It's been hinted for a long time that we may get Unicron. Of course, in the last movie, they hinted at the Quintessons, the creators, as we know, as Transformer geeks, were the Quintessons. So maybe he's going to play the lead Quintesson.
Or what about that other Transformer? He's almost like a reverse color scheme Optimus Prime. He's like,
That was the role that Megatron/Galvatron played in last movie.
oh, okay.
He was essentially a reverse Prime. So his name was Nemesis Prime.
No, I'm talking. This was an actual Autobot. He was another semi, but instead of being a red semi with the blue accents, he was a blue semi with red accents. You know, he was.
Was he a Prime?
I think he might have been a Prime, but I'm not 100%.
I don't know. Was this in the comics?
I think he was in the
I
comics.
don't remember. I didn't follow the
I
comics.
think he was in the cartoon for maybe 1 or 2 episodes.
I gotta finish watching the cartoon.
Also in the news, the Flash movie has finally landed a new director.
Rick Famuyiwa.
Something like that.
Famuyiwa. That guy.
Yeah. IDW has announced a Hasbro comic series crossover, which will include Transformers, G.I. Joe, Micronauts, ROM, Action Man, and Mask. Not the 80s version of the Mask, not the Jim Carrey version of the Mask, the original
The
Mask.
cartoon mask.
Yeah.
The animated mask.
Yeah. M-A-S-K.
Which I think that they're using this as a test. Because I think what they wanted to do with the third G.I. Joe movie is start a Hasbro movie universe. Because it was hinted for a long time that the third G.I. Joe movie will have, what was his name? Matt something or another, the leader of the good guys in Mask. So maybe this is a test to see if people are interested in something like that. So, FX set to release X-Men.
No, not X-Men. X-Men spin-off.
FX set to release an X-Men spin-off called Legion.
There you go.
You explain the Legion.
Legion in the comics was the son of Professor Charles Xavier. He had multiple personalities. He eventually ended up starting the Age of Apocalypse unintentionally by accidentally murdering his father.
He was out to kill Magneto in the past, but Xavier jumped in front of him and took the full brunt and died. His powers are, he has multiple personalities. For each multiple personality, he has a different power. If this sounds familiar, because heroes use this ability with a character in their show for a season. So it'll be interesting how they go about this.
Yeah.
If this show does good, and if Fox decides to use this similar to how Marvel's using Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., this could be a jumping point for maybe the 4th or 5th X-Men movie, Age of Apocalypse, which I wouldn't want to see either in cartoon or live media form forever.
Wouldn't it be more like the 6th or 7th?
It depends on how you go, because
Yeah,
we've
we
had
X-Men,
3
X2,
X-Men
X3.
movies, and then the reboots. We've had 3 X-Men movies.
Yeah.
So, which, by the way, I've seen X-Men Apocalypse. I will be going over that on Comicgeddon. So.
Yes. Also, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is up.
Do you smell it?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you smelt it.
Listen here, Rudy.
As long as you
Poo.
didn't dealt it.
He is upping his comic book role ante by playing. He has been announced as playing Doc Savage in a new Doc Savage movie.
Which, if you're keeping track, that's 2 DC characters he's going to be playing. Not only the new Doc Savage, but he's already been casted and highly promoting Black Adam in the Shazam movie. Or Captain Marvel movie. It's not frickin' Shazam.
Can't be Captain Marvel though, because Marvel's got a Captain Marvel.
They both have had Captain Marvel.
I know, but DC. If you go to Nerd Sync on YouTube, Scott Nice Wander actually does a video of who owns the rights to the name Captain Marvel. Both DC and Marvel can use it as a name of a character. However, only Marvel is allowed to use it as a title for a comic book, which is why DC has to go by Shazam.
Shazam!
Yeah. Damn. So tell us a little bit about what you were telling me earlier about The Rock being cast as Doc Savage. I think a lot of people are going to feel that way.
For everybody who knows, who's not aware, Doc Savage is a DC character. He's a war hero. Let me see if I have at least. Sold. Okay, so Doc Savage, I believe, is this war hero. more comics in the
In fact, his real name is Clark Savage.
Clark.
John's gonna waste time looking it up on his phone to find out who exactly Doc Savage is.
I'm not big on war comics.
Yeah.
I'm a comic book geek, not a doctor. Oh no, I was wrong. I was way off. No, looks like he's more like a Laura Croft type character.
Okay.
And oh, yeah, he's DC at all. So we're a bunch of comic idiots who don't know what the hell we're talking about.
All right, so moving on.
Anyways, this is going to be the second time comic book character he's played.
Yeah.
So
There's going to be a new Mega Man cartoon in the works for 2017. This will be the second time Mega Man has appeared in his own cartoon series.
in America, anyway, I'm pretty sure he's appeared in.
First time was on Fox Kids
Actually, I think it was syndicated.
during the 90s.
I think it was syndicated.
That was syndicated?
I'm pretty sure it was syndicated, but yeah, I know he appeared on Fox.
Alongside
They had Dog.
Mighty Max. And,
Oh, I miss Mighty Max. There's a series that needs to be rebooted.
Yes.
How is it they bring back Polly Pocket, but they don't ever bring back Mighty Max? I love Mighty Max.
All right, so moving on. Show Arrow is seeking a Jason Momoa. Is that how you pronounce his last name?
Yeah.
Momoa? Okay.
Momoa.
Type actor for season 5's Big Bad. Possibilities for the season's villains include
Me.
Constantine Dracon, not to be confused with the Exorcist Constantine.
Right.
Constantine Dracon was a mercenary martial artist so fast it's thought he's a metahuman.
He's not a mercenary, wrong?
Possibly, I'm not a speller, so.
Speller.
Whatever. Shut up.
You're not an Englisher either.
No. He only met defeat at the hands of Green Arrow in the comics.
That's only because he's not in the Marvel universe. If he was in the Marvel universe, he would have had defeat at the hands of the unbeatable Squirrel Girl. You're welcome, Billy.
Also, excuse me.
Hold on, I'll take this one.
Who he could be playing is Komodo.
The former protege of Richard Queen, who was driven insane during a expedition to find the Arrow Totem.
Or Onomatopoeia, created by none other than Kevin Smith, who we're going to be reviewing all of his movies today on Comicgeddon.
Which is awesome because Kevin Smith, who just directed an episode of Flash, has stated he would love to do and direct an episode of Arrow. So this would be an awesome episode for him to...
And especially since Deadpool was just released, it'd be a good time to bring in Onomatopoeia.
And it would be awesome to say that name every week. You know, just hear the actors say that. Because you know, the DVD of that season is going to have a lot of bloopers with that.
Yeah.
I'm going to want a Pia. I can just say...
For those of you who don't know who Onomatopoeia is,
I'm going to need a Pia soon.
He hunted down the Arrow family, basically. Anytime he'd get into a fight, he'd make the sound effects that you'd read in the comics. Like if he shot someone,
Boom,
he'd go
pow,
bang,
zoom,
yeah,
to the moon.
yeah. So it'd be a good time to bring him in, especially with the popularity around Deadpool being what it is.
Now, the first guy you said, I really hope they don't do, for the simple fact that he sounds way too much like Damien Dark, and that was a horrible season.
Not to mention people get him mixed up with the Exorcist Constantine because they share the same name.
So, all I know is they need to do something different with the Arrow season because it really, what was one of my favorite comic book series is Fast. I'm ready to start watching Supergirl, and we know how I feel about that show. So, and here we go. How about this? Batman vs Superman, the Ultimate Edition on Blu-ray, will be released July 19th. So you don't have too much longer to wait. That's just a little over a month here.
I remember back during the VHS days, we had to wait 6 months just to get a movie released.
Which was good though, because back then we didn't have all these chain theaters.
Yeah.
We had mom and pop theaters, which would, once they left movie theaters like Sony, they'd go to these little theaters for like $1.50, you know. And so you got to watch it, and then by the time it was out of those theaters, boom, it was on VHS.
Yeah.
Now we don't have those, so if that was still the case...
I think there is one left in Springfield, maybe.
Well, we have one here. We have the Avon.
Yeah,
but the Avon doesn't do that. The Avon actually shows only newer movies.
Yeah.
They used to show old movies. The Lincoln has been doing that, though, but they've been doing older movies, not like the movies that just came out of the theater. So we need one of those movies.
I know a lot of times there are truck stops that have they'll play like super old movies. Like back in the late '90s, I went on a truck trip because my dad drove a semi. We stopped at some truck stops, and one of them was actually playing the first Jurassic Park on the big screen.
Nice.
It is like a theater type setting, you know. And this was years after it was released in theaters, so.
That's kind of what the Lincoln Theater's doing. So, Lincoln Theater here in Decatur, Illinois, check it out. They show an awesome movie at least once a month. I think, I don't remember what the last one they did was Friday the 13th, I think.
I think so.
So, yeah, and I think the new one's Goonies. I think the next one's Goonies. Either that or it was,
Which is good because they're they're trying to get Goonies 2.
they've been trying to get Goonies 2 out.
It was
for a
actually
while.
confirmed though.
It's been confirmed for a few years.
Oh yeah,
So,
that's true.
anyway, that's news in a flash. Stay tuned for more Comicgeddon, where I will review the many films of Kevin Smith.
We will also be doing an Assassin's Creed toy review.
And Shannon will be reviewing video game review of the week.
Red Dead Redemption.
There are no comic book TV show reviews.
And no recommended reading this week either
No.
because we've been kind of busy. So
And,
I almost didn't even get the news printed, typed up. So.
right. So it's been a busy week for both of us, which is a good thing. So stay tuned.
And no, by the way, we did not coordinate our shirts today.
If we were going to do that, we would have done that last week when he wore his Ghostbusters, and I found my Ghostbusters a video game T-shirt yesterday.
Stay tuned, guys.